Hello and welcome back to episode 33 of St Albans FC Take to the Skies. We're back for the final game of the season, where unfortunately we cannot finish in the playoff spots anymore. However, let's try and make sure we finish the season on a high nevertheless. So since you were last with us, we lost 1-0 to Altrincham, which was a very disappointing result, possibly cost us a real push at the playoffs. We then drew 1-1 with Torquay, which, again, a win there would have been massive. We then had a bit of a shock win, Taraj getting a late goal to help us beat Wrexham, who have won the league. And then we most recently drew 1-1 with Stockport when I realised going into the game we could only finish as high as 8th. The playoffs is already settled, the entire top 7. Relegation, there's still a little bit of a battle there. Bromley could go down with Altrincham or Flyde, although it's going to be tough for them. Out of interest, Altrincham play Wealdstone, so that's a decent chance for them to pick up a win. Bromley play... Flyde play Solihull Moors, so that'll be a tough game for them. And Bromley play Dover, so my prediction is I'm going to say Flyde and Bromley are going to be the two to go down. Just a bit of fun. Let's see if I'm right at the end of the match. So that's everything to go through for today. If you are enjoying the series, please do leave a like, comment as well. Let me know what you think we need to do to improve the team over the summer. And don't forget, on the other series on the channel, Unknown to World, if you haven't watched yesterday's episode, we've got our final game at AC Milan. And it's took 2 years of advancing, but we are going back to the Premier League for the first time since we were there with QPR. Let me know who you think we're going to go and join that back there. But that's tomorrow. Today we've got a final game of the season against Barnet. Let's get into it. And the lineup for our final game of the season, we've got Emery in goal, a back four of Harper, Snedden, Gibbons and Johnson. Ballantyne is the holding midfielder with Smith in the middle, Wiltshire on the right, Woods in the number 10, Torrage on the left and Moriarty as the lone striker. There's a couple of players in this lineup who may not be here next year. Actually, in this lineup, maybe less so. I think most people will stay from this first 11 thinking about it. Wiltshire might not stay. It depends of what contract we can get him on. I think he's all right as a backup option for us at the moment. But as I say, depending on if he wants to be a backup and also if we can get him on a decent contract. What a ball from Woods through for Moriarty. And that just might be the type of service that Moriarty was missing earlier in the season. What a ball from Woods that was. The timing of the run from Moriarty as well. In behind, brilliant finish, and wow, what a goal. Chase with a cross for Barnet and Emery, forced into a save, but does well with it. And now he's going to hold the ball and eventually boots it long straight to Preston, who kicks it back downfield. McGinty now plays it across to Almer. He tries to go past Harper, who's doing well to hold him off. Forces him back out to the left back, whose cross is blocked by Wiltshire. Tomlinson now on the ball. Allen to Tomlinson to Chase, and a great bit of exchange there. McGinty shoots from range, and that is so unlucky from Johnson. He put in a really good block on the ball. This great bit of play by Barnet here. And then Johnson does really well to block it. And McGinty just hits it. And not really anything you can say about Emery there. Johnson didn't really do anything wrong. He did well. Oh, that was a fancy free kick, Gibbons. Torrage just picked up the headed clearance. McQueen nicks it off him and gets it away. But it's straight back forward by Gibbons. And Torrage has brought it down brilliantly and made it 2-1. And maybe Toraj needed to be out on the left wing this whole season rather than in the number 10, where Longelo would be playing. Of course, Longelo left us. So Toraj seems to have really improved since he's gone out onto that left-hand side. Maybe that's where he's needed to be this whole season, and we've just... Oh, that's poor from memory. And Charlie Allen with his 24th goal of the season. But that was very poor from memory there. The header's gone straight at him, and he's fumbled it behind him. That's not ideal. We'll say that. Woods with the corner sends it in. Snedden's there, but it's headed away from him. Taraj collects it deep. He flicks it back to Gibbons, who loses out to Chase there. Taraj kind of hung Gibbons out to dry with that pass, really. It's back to Clements. Ball forward to Chase, through to Allen, who's got McGinty on the right in space. Johnson's trying to cover him. Goes inside to Chase, who's forced back to Preston, who goes over the top. And it's gone straight through for Allen, and Emery this time makes a very good save. But a little bit of a troublesome ball in behind that was. And at half-time, 2-2. You can't say they're not getting their entertainment on the final game of the season. Let's tell them we want revenge. We like a bit of revenge. And let's fire them up as well. As we get into the second half, they have a goal kick. Tomlinson heads on. Snedden clears it away, but only as far as Richards Everton. And it's forward now. Tomlinson to Allen. Inside to Carson. In behind Johnson to McGinty. And that was a little bit easy for them. We'll maybe get rid of the be more disciplined. But it was a nice bit of play, but was a bit easy for them. We're going to send Sanders on for Johnson, who's seems to have taken... Yeah, he's struggling at the moment. Allen, why he's got time to control that pass in that position, I will never understand. And we're going to demand more now and send Wise on in midfield in what might be his final appearance at the club. Chase plays it down to Allen, McGinty and McQueen. Allen, Chase shoots from range, but it's blocked by Gibbons. Ballantyne then blocks the next pass, and Woods is breaking away here. He's got Moriarty in front of him. Plays it to Wiltshire on the right, whose shot is blocked by Clements. Good block there, and unfortunately, Wiltshire, as of yet, not able to end the season with a goal in potentially his final game for us. And we're going to make a final change here, which is going to be Rush coming on for Moriarty. More so that Moriarty can, get a bit of applause. Neither of them we'll probably keeping both of them for next season. But, just give him a moment. Wiltshire with a free kick that goes just wide. It was a very good free kick that unfortunately didn't quite find the back of the net. And it looks like the final day of the season is going to be a 3-2 loss for us, unfortunately. I think first half we did really well. Second half, maybe they were just a bit knackered, but didn't quite manage to pull anything off in that second half. We end the season in 12th place. Not a bad finish. Slightly down on what we were last year, but again, this is only our second season in this division. We'd had a very strong season last year. I think bring some fresh faces in. We should be able to push into the playoffs next year. Let's go and have a look at the season review first of all. And here we are for the season review of our 2023-24 season, I believe we're in now. Because this always seems to be the first year that the season started in, rather than the year it finished in. We're not going to really look through these. I'll flick through them and you can... Matt Rush with an E. Oh, not sure about that one. Yeah, there's not much to really read into a lot of these. Content with the deal to sell on Jello. We got 30,000 for him, so that's a decent sale. So we were expected to fight bravely against relegation. The board are delighted that we instead finished in the top half. Also, shout out me, I called it. Altrincham picked up a win on the final day while Bromley and Flyde lost. They're the ones that survived. So, a little pat on the back for myself there, making that prediction. Overall, I think this season it fell apart a little bit here in January and February. If you look 16, 14, 16, so a very even season, really, overall. And we had this poor start and then a little bit of a falter in January and February. If you ignore those two bits, we've had a fantastic season. It's just that two little periods have let us down, really. FA Cup, they want us to reach the first round. We did reach the first round and then got knocked out by Barrow. League opposition, can't be too upset by it. Builder Base, they wanted us to reach the third round. At this point, we only managed to reach the second. But they do understand we did draw a tough team, so not too upset by it. Our biggest win was our 4-0 win against Gloucester in November. And then match to remember was our 2-0 win against Bromley. That was like at the start of the season. I'm not sure why that's such a moment to remember. And our goal of the season was this one from Connings in the recent game against FC United, which, if I remember correctly, is quite a nice goal. I think. I can't. It's just a free kick. He scored a much nicer goal than that. It's a very good free kick, but I think free kicks get given goal of the year a bit too often on this game. Finance-wise, we do lose a bit in terms of competition prize money, but that's all down to we didn't go as far in the FA Cup or the FA Trophy. Bit of a disappointing year for the Cup runs, actually. Next year, I'd definitely like to improve that, especially in the FA Trophy. It was really poor. So hopefully next year we can go much further. 320 shirts sold, though. How we lined up. So Emery, Quirk, Steddon, Gibbons, Sanders. You could rotate Gibbons for a couple of players, really. Only 12 appearances there. Sanders and Johnson are probably interchangeable. Ballantyne, Napper, probably not. You'd probably put probably Quirk there and Harper at right back, to be honest. Smith in midfield. Yeah, fair enough. Torrage, Coley, you'd have Longjello there, and Moriarty as the striker. Next season, I'm hoping Torrage on the left and Wood in the middle might suit us quite a bit. It's looked good towards the end of the season. Fans player of the season is Emery, as is the young player of the season. So again, although he's made that mistake in the Barnet game, he is very young and lots of potential, so I think he will come good. Sign of the season goes to Gibbons. Top goal scorer Moriarty with 16 goals. Harper with the most assists with 5. Moriarty also getting the most man of the matches with 3. Highest rating going to Emery was 7.1. And that's all there is awards wise. So that is the end of our season review. It's been a strange year where, yeah, we've finished 4 places lower than we did last year. How did we compare points wise though? We also got 6 points less. A few extra wins. We basically just won a few more games last year. In fact, that doesn't even add up. We won. Yes, it does. My mind just went for a win. We got 3 points. It's because we won 3 games instead of drew 3 games. What would that have done for us if we had won 3 games? We'd have been 68. We still wouldn't have made the playoffs, to be fair, but a decent season nevertheless, I would say. If we can improve over the summer, as you can see, if we look at players expiring in the summer, you have literally got, I mean, if you ignore these bottom 4 because they're on loan, all of these guys are all contracts expiring. If we look through there, we might keep Cole on, we might keep Wilshere on, we're going to keep Sanders on, Gibbons will probably stay, McAllister will probably stay, and then you maybe Napa. But other than that, there's not a lot that's going to be staying on. Ballantyne probably will. Collins probably will. There's a number of players there who aren't going to be here next year. Development centre wise, what have we got here? We've got a couple of centre backs who, centre back, defensive a midfielder. Yeah, there's a couple of players who we might try and start to bring through. Maybe we give them a bit of game time in pre-season. We'll have to wait and see. Next season, they are expecting us to avoid relegation. So we will be back on Friday with our new signings and the first game of the new season. Let me know where you think we need to strengthen and who you think we need to let go. Is there anyone else on that list that you think we need to be keeping for the next season? Let me know what you think. And if you have enjoyed that, please do subscribe as well. Thank you very much for watching.